Initializing caution files. Please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What is good, everyone? Caution here, and today we've got something different for a change. We have a Dune2k tournament that was taking place by a lovely community that has been playing Dune2k for quite some time recently. It's a group of people that I've seen being very enthusiastic about Dune, and the channel has been very active, to be fair, and these players decided to host a tournament. I believe RTM was definitely involved with the tournament hosting for this, and we have, right off the bat, we are doing the finals. This got sent to me by a Mega Tank in particular. It has custom rules as well. And this is the finals between Schizo King, I'm gonna call him Schizo for the time being, and NN. We have a Atreides mirror. I don't play Dune that often, but it's really nice to see. So I know that there's like I said, there is custom rules to this game. I believe they start with, every time you place a building, it does start with concrete. Because if it doesn't, it takes 50% damage most of the time. I think concrete comes along with the building now that you place it. Yes, it does. And it just changes up the pace of the game. Because otherwise, you're going to need concrete to keep your buildings at full health. It's not always a requirement, but I see that they also added a carryall, which is normally a tier 3 unit, if I'm not mistaken, that will definitely improve the eco for your harvesters. So both players start with one free carryall at the start, probably to increase the eco and to once again increase the pace of the game. So we got a Atreides mirror, just like I was saying. We've got Schizo already moving forward with some riflemen, doing some scouting, checking out what's going on. See if you can expect anything. Probably make sure that he's not in store for some surprises from his enemy NN. Because at the moment, not doing that much. He went for a heavy factory instead, while Schizo is momentarily focused on doing infantry and getting those spice refineries up and running, while NN is deciding to go for harvesters instead. Let's get another refinery coming, so it's hard to tell. At least he has he can make tanks already, which is a huge difference, which means that our good friend Schizo is going to need some anti-vehicle units for the time being, and we haven't seen those yet from him, but he's already setting up scouts everywhere. So I'm not sure if he saw the tank from NN. I'm assuming that he would. Still making light infantry though. Went for his own heavy weapons factory. And okay, he's going for a light factory as well. I was about to say, you got two different factories in Dune where you can make light vehicles and heavy vehicles. But Schizo going for both of these. Yeah, this carryall definitely increases a lot of the eco in the early stage of the game. It all comes down to like having, like I said before, like the regular changes, having like 24 harvesters isn't weird in this game. But also, crushes are very effective in this game as well. The combat tank is doing some nice scouting, checking out what's going on in the base of Schizo. And NN is out of there. He got the intel that he wanted, and still preserved his combat tank as well. Lots of spectators in here as well. Pretty interesting to see. We got the first strike from Schizo King 2 even. See what he's up to. Not much yet. We already got an outpost for NN. So far the NN definitely more the aggressor here in this stage of the game. Schizo was taking his time. Let's have a look at the eco for the time being. We've got 9 harvesters already for NN because he went for that heavy weapons factory early. He's got, let's see how many refineries he's got. He's got 3 refineries, so yeah, he should be good. Be good for the time being. And we've got 6 harvesters for Schizo, but he's on 4 refineries. Alright, mass strikes here. Combat tank is doing some scouting. We've got a couple of infantry units as well. Schizo is going for the first big attack. So let's see where that is going to lead us. Going to do some scouting. It's going to see where these infantry are. And so far, let's have a look at the army value. Yeah, and then it doesn't have that much army value yet. Decided to mainly invest in more harvesters for the time being. I like these riflemen so much, man. I do like the fact they're like the same as like the ones from Red Alert, but you know, like the backpacks that they're carrying is pretty cool. I like that. Alright, he's got some anti-vehicle infantry with him as well. But will it be enough? One is also shooting at the rifleman. Nice micro there to avoid the crushes. Price came in to do some scouting too. And is pumping up those barracks and heavy weapons factories to get some defenses out. Schizo is definitely trying to put up the pressure here, but he's no match for these combat tanks. Doesn't have the AV capacity with him to deal with this right now. I think I played on this map before. Pretty cool map. Yeah. Schizo lost a lot of combat tanks there. He's going to try to go for a flank with the trikes here. But changes his mind in the end because there's a huge retaliation from NN in the middle here, close to his base. Got the support from rifles that he needs. Lots of AV units though in terms of infantry. Got some Grens with him as well to deal with that infantry. Very nice plays here. Combat tanks from Schizo are coming in as well to deal with the Grenadiers. Goes for the crushes. Gets a ton of crushes actually. And then should probably go to try for some crushes as well. But, you know, he wants to rely on these Grenadiers. And I can't blame him because these AV units deal a ton of damage to combat tanks. In the meantime, Schizo finds these rifles, goes for some crushes. You can hear the bones crushing. It's literally... It just sounds painful. Nice cleanup there from NN. Both players are still pretty even in army value, but some combat tanks got through. Gonna try and harass some harvesters, I assume. Let's have a look in the meantime at the base of Schizo. He's already at an outpost as well. And eco-wise, both players are respectively... Okay, calm down, phone. Holy shit. Both players respectively are at 12 to 10 harvesters. And for now, it has quieted down a little bit. I've always liked the universe from Dune, to be honest. It looks really cool. It looks a lot different compared to Tiberian Dawn and Red Alert, for sure. But the environment looks really nice. Big fan of it. And I do get the free carry-all in the beginning. I really like that as well. Because it was a little bit, especially in the early stage of the game, it was a little bit of a pain that because of the environment, the spice is always... It's pretty far away, like compared to like RA or TD where you can just place a refinery right next to the ore patches or Tiberium. Because of the environment, how it works, it's never possible to do that. So I do get the carry-all. Alright, back to the action. We've got huge fight in the middle here. Lots of riflemen from Schizo trying to deal with these AV units. Needs to be careful though that he doesn't give away these combat tanks. Are these on move command? No, they're not. It seemed like it for a little bit. Anyways, defender's advantage here for NN is working really well, and these Grenadiers are doing some damage, but the quantity from Schizo is just bigger. And Schizo comes out on top here in this engagement. Alright, first expansion from NN is live. with another heavy factory going on. We've got another MCV going for that hatch on the right side, but Schizo is already there. So that's gonna be rough for NN to take that still, but we'll see. Meanwhile, Schizo is still applying the pressure onto the main base. Oh man, that trike does 0 damage to the AV unit, to the trooper. That's insane. There we go. Schizo finds the first harvester. He's going to deal some decent damage, but Spice Harvesters are tanky in this game, man. They're strong as fuck. Takes a while to take those down. Oh wow, we got the first quads coming in. Very fast, versatile units. Pretty good versus AV. Yeah, this is what I said. We're going to have an expansion war over here on the right side, but NN with the bigger numbers. Not sure if the gun turrets will be able to take it out. Yeah, it seems like NN is going to push him back just because of the force he had. He's going to drive away that expansion from Schizo, which is really painful for Schizo because it's his only expansion for the time being. Whereas NN has another outpost here with the heavy factory. Is that new as well? I'm not sure if you could actually deploy and undeploy in this game. But we'll see. Schizo is still applying pressure onto the middle here in the main base from NN. So as long as Schizo can do some damage here, he will be fine giving up that expansion. Gun turrets are being spawned. Schizo trying to deal damage to the harvesters, but he's going to back out. In the meantime, yep, NN has managed to take control of this land on the right side. He's gonna try and come in with some quads on the left side. That's a lot of quads. They can deal some good damage against these harvesters. Still NN in the lead with harvesters. It's a nice attack here actually, only with AV troopers doing some nice damage. Getting a lot of combat tanks here. I'm hearing some, yep, combat tanks in action. Taking out, yeah, they're gonna get a harvester actually. Schizo not paying attention into what's going on in his own main base. He does have the army to deal with it, but he's not paying attention to it. Could lose some more harvesters in the meantime. Schizo is busy with taking out the units from NN at the main base. Lost a lot of combat tanks already. Not sure if he accomplished anything, but he's going to move in the quads to deal damage at the harvesters. Wait, do they not automatically attack? Oh, damn. Nice awareness from NN though. But yeah, that harvester is definitely going to die. Look at that. Look at the damage from these quads. That harvester is going down. He's going to be able to get a lot more, but NN is already reacting to it. But look at the damage being done here by these quads. Nice light vehicle attack from Schizo for sure. Got 2 harvesters pretty much for free. Wow, and these combat tanks still here, still present, dealing damage, getting the outposts. Yikes. And definitely looking strong. In the meantime, Schizo has an expansion on the left side and he's moving in with a ton of quads and some infantry backup as well to try and put more pressure onto the main base. Let's look at the army value for the meantime. It's still fairly even in numbers. Still very heavily tier 1 battle so far. I haven't seen any tier 2 units for the time being. Mainly coming down to combat tanks, infantry, quads, and trikes. The threat has been dealt with in Schizo's base. And yeah, it's hard to say, like, NN definitely has the map control for the time being on the right side, has a ton more expansions, and managed to deal with the threat from Schizo on the right side of the map. But these quads, man, these quads, that's a lot. And these quads are definitely dealing a lot of damage to these harvesters. It is insane. Still NN with more harvesters, though. Quads are moving in again. NN has seen the threat, chipping away at these quads with the combat tanks. Schizo needs to respond. He's going to back out for the time being. He's trying to flank again on the other side. Are they on move command? Yeah, they are. I'm surprised that people are using move command, to be fair. Wouldn't it be better to just constantly use attack move? Because, like, these have been rifles. Like, those guys would have been dead already. Oh, man. First tier 2 vehicle, missile tank. Not sure if it's tier 2. I assume it is. But, yeah, these quads have been dying. Haven't been able to achieve anything on the right side there. And Schizo has taken some huge losses. For sure. It's going to attack with a lot of AV troops. Might actually be able to get away with it. We'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, here's a small attack from NN as well onto the main base from Schizo. But Schizo should be more than ready with this army that he has. Should be able to keep it safe. Here comes the attack. Oh, but there's the siege tank from NN. Artillery, very good against infantry. That siege tank is going to deal some damage. But will it be enough? So might be able to deal with some damage, but his forces are thinning. It is 33k versus 13k in terms of army value. And even though he will be able to deal some damage, it is definitely not worth it, and is growing bigger and bigger. Got a lot of vital points on lockdown with small forces of army. And every time Schizo tries to attack, NN is just there to chase him off. Schizo is also stalling, doesn't have any cash to work with, while NN is floating 10k in the bank. And that is going to be even worse for Schizo to make a comeback in this situation. I think it's time for NN, and I think, yep, it's about time. NN is going in, going to retaliate. Yeah, he just has a fairly amount of nice forces everywhere set up in vital positions on the map. And these grenadiers, man, like, I haven't seen any grenadiers being used by Schizo, but the grenadiers have definitely been very helpful in infantry versus infantry situations. Yeah, this small outpost is very good, actually. Definitely been is helpful for NN to improve his eco. Here comes the trikes, try to see what's going on. Trikes are pretty poorly against harvesters, although actually they're not doing that bad. Would expected them to do worse. Ooh, tried to go for crushes, but the AV is just too much. Like I said, here comes the retaliation. You can see a lot of yellow blobs onto the map moving in to deal damage. There's siege tanks. There are quads now from NN as well, and Schizo knows what time it is. It is time to surrender. And N takes the first game. And okay, this game is getting an epilepsy attack, but game 2 will be coming up shortly. Alright, here we are in the second game of this finals from the Dune2k tournament. We've got NN in the top right, winner of the previous game, now playing as Harkonnen, my favorite faction of this entire game. And we got Schizo on the other side, or Schizo, whatever you want to call it. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but you know, it is what it is. Playing as the Ordos. I don't think I've ever played with Ordos in this game. I mainly played Harkonnen for the time being. Alright, let's look at these structures here. We got a spice refinery set up there. I saw a starport in the middle. Another refinery just sitting here, ready to be captured, I'm assuming. Yeah, refineries everywhere. Interesting. And that carryall waiting to pick up the harvester and bring it to the spice. He's like, get your ass over here. Oh, no, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Ooh, we got a light factory straight away from NN. He's going to ignore barracks for the time being, whereas Schizo once again is going for those rifle scouts, putting on some early aggression onto our good friend NN over here. Could potentially work out. We'll have to wait and see. Trike is definitely up for the task of killing some rifles. However, he's going to face multiple at the same time. I think it's going to be rough for him to deal with that. So already having some good intel about the base from NN, but so does NN with the trikes. He already knows what's going on. Both players aware of the situations of each other. NN already with those bigger numbers in terms of eco though, and that could be huge. Could already be a huge deal. I feel Schizo is a little bit too over investing with his riflemen. Barracks has been deployed for NN to deal with these rifles that are sitting in his base, killing his wind traps. Try the basic power plants in this game. He's going to be able to get one though. Okay, maybe it was worth it, but NN is not low power. Already made a new power plant. So yeah, for Schizo being out of cash for the longest of time is going to give that extra advantage to NN early on. Got 3 refineries for Schizo and 2 refineries for NN, but NN has been selling his refineries as well, and I like that, just to get the extra harvester out and closer to the spice to get that better eco going. Well, I feel like so far NN might be the more advanced player, but it's hard to say because, you know, Schizo is here in the finals as well, showing up that he's up for the task of being a good challenger. And Schizo is definitely the aggressor in this final so far, but last game it didn't really work out for him. Let's see if it works out for him this time. Schizo has his own light weapons factory for the time being. And this time around it's an all-light light wars with infantry. We haven't seen any heavy weapons factory yet, but as I'm saying that, we got the first heavy weapons factory coming online for NN, starting that production of combat tanks. I'm assuming that starport is going to be very, very important later on. But yeah. Haven't seen that much anti-vehicle from Schizo yet. He's going to have some issues dealing with this combat tank. This combat tank is going to get a lot of value, although there is one trooper there. Should be alright, but here is Schizo once again with the flank of these rifles, trying to snipe all these wind traps, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna work out. Oh, he's also not on attack move. His infantry is getting killed trying to snipe this wind trap. It's not going to be worth it. Two snipes of wind traps, but you know, and then he's still not in low power. So it didn't do that much. It so definitely has the bigger numbers in army value. Just like the first game. the bigger numbers and then selling off that refinery. Smart. It was going to lose it anyway, probably. I'm not sure if he was able to defend it in time. So he decided to sell it to get that extra amount of cash back in his pockets. Huge investment of trike so far from Schizo. And I was about to say, still no heavy weapons factory or heavy factory, but there it is. Just gonna kill that refinery as well in the meantime to reduce the eco income from NN. Yeah, Schizo has a pretty good infantry or pretty good army dealing with infantry, but won't be able to deal with these combat tanks when they come in bigger numbers for the time being. But here he is going for his own combat tanks. This could be huge actually. And then he's going to try and move out with the forces that he has. These strikes could deal some damage, but once again, no attack move from Schizo, and his armies are being shot at just like that. I don't understand. Never use just move. There's no reason at all to use move command, except for your combat tanks to go for crushes. That's the only reason that I would use move command for. Alright, here comes the trikes once again, flanking, try and deal some damage. They're going for the barracks instead, but yeah, he doesn't have any AV. So he's not going to be able to deal with these combat tanks. His troopers are a little bit delayed, and they're getting shot at by the rifles. So no trooper assistance is coming. We pretty much have that same situation again, where Schizo is throwing away a lot of early advantage army to try and achieve something. So far, the only thing that he achieved, in my opinion, is getting these refineries down, which definitely does a lot. But the trikes are definitely working out for Schizo, as being able to snipe all these infantry really good, real fast as well. Look at the eco in the meantime. Wow, this is huge. 13 harvesters for NN compared to 6 for Schizo. Definitely not enough harvesters to deal with that. And once again, the first expansion coming online is for NN. Gonna be able to get a good refinery up here to get this spice and this spice. And he's moving his second MCV in as well to... Did he snatch that? Okay, he did not snatch that yet. I'm surprised that Schizo didn't went for this refinery yet, and then he's gonna kill it off. Doesn't have an engineer with him. He's just gonna kill it and claim that expansion for himself. In the meantime, more sneaky raids going on. I'm not sure he's going to be able to deal with that. Like, and then he's already aware what's going on. So he's already sending some troops up there to defend. He's going to get one harvester though. That's good. Should probably back out and you know, because he's in trouble. And I don't think Schizo has the manpower to deal with this attack. Oh, combat tanks are getting some really nice crushes early on. Yeah, it should be fine for the time being. This outpost is huge though for NN. You can get a nice small offensive outpost here right outside the main base from Schizo. And in the meantime, he's working on his eco as well on this expansion. 17 harvesters versus 10 harvesters, huge deal. And with a small advantage in terms of army value. But it seems like this expansion has been sniffed out, and this definitely does not have the capability to deal with this. Yep, sells off the MCV. He knew what time it is. But here comes a huge army through the middle. And Schizo is ready though with his army. Let's see how this will turn out. And definitely having the bigger numbers in this engagement in the middle. Ooh, combat tanks going for the crushes. They're getting a real amount. They're getting a really nice amount of crushes there. Lots of bones getting crushed underneath the wheels of the combat tanks. That was a very nice engagement for Schizo. But and still with the bigger army in total. Losing some combat tanks on the left side. Oh man, that's a lot of troopers. That's only troopers. They're gonna lose so hard to these rifles. Oh my god. That is not great at all. In the meantime, still huge action going on in the middle. And was able to capture the starport, so that means he can place gun turrets here to deal with the infantry. And that means he also gets an extra production building as well. 11k army value difference in advantage of NN yet again. Pretty much the same situation as last game. So having a very nice expansion on the right side as well, but will it be enough? Quads have found their way through, dealing damage at these harvesters, and even 4 quads can deal some very nice damage against harvesters here. Yep. Harvester down, very nice. Nice attack. And once again, NN definitely in control of the map. Always has the better map control so far against the aggression from Schizo. 12k army value versus 21k. This could be a nice attack for Schizo. Let's find out. There's the gun turret already. Probably should send that army over here though, but he's probably busy with other stuff, which is mainly this battle on the right side, I'm assuming. It's still doing a pretty good job, but yeah, now here comes that starport value, man. That starport value is doing a lot for it, and then just has way more production. He also has better eco than Schizo. 18 harvesters versus 13. So the longer this game is going to drag on, the more it's going to shift in NN's advantage. Here's a huge army of tanks knocking on the main base from Schizo. There's nothing he can do about this to defend that. He's going to lose it. He's going to try and go for a base trade because this huge army on the right side is going to try and deal the same damage. Going for base trading. Those tank numbers, man, they're going to be able to clean up this main base really, really fast. Well, Schizo mainly consists of infantry. Lots of combat tanks, though. But I feel like NN has the numbers to deal with it. Let's find out. Massive attack, lots of troopers. But Schizo calls it GG. Once again, he knew what time it was, and it's currently 2-0 for NN. Alright. Score is 2-0 for the time being. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the first part of this tournament. Join in later this week to watch part 2. That will be coming up later. My name was Caution. Thanks a ton for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.